Revival House Network. What's up, everybody? Revival House Network here with another commentary, a special one, because Zach is here, like normal.
Said it.
We got Riverman in tow, and Riverman, I'm going to let you have the honors and tell everybody what we're doing.
So kind of last minute, jumped on, had some free time, which is nice, and we're going to be talking about Resident Evil. It's been a long time, 2002, since I have seen this movie. I think you as well, Aaron, yeah?
Yeah, so there's a story. We'll get into that once we start the flick, but Riverman and we saw this movie together, and it was the only time we saw it, and it was theatrically. So, I mean, we don't really have to waste too much time. I kind of want to get into it. So, if you guys are ready, we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, play.
Hell yeah. See, we're fast. We're going back in time to 2002, just a fucking year. Probably just a couple months after 9/11. I think this movie's responsible for 9/11, personally.
Yeah, this movie's a strange one because I think the Resident Evil movies kind of have a reputation now that they've made like a million of them. But when they were first talking about doing this one, the initial one, you didn't know what to think. I want to say, Riverman, you and I were actually probably open-minded about it because Resident Evil was super cool back then.
Yeah, we were really I was stoked about it.
I was excited as fuck till I saw the trailer, and I was like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Well, when it first started rumbling around, obviously Resident Evil was a really hot franchise, and that's before it shit the bed for a while. And, you know, zombies hadn't been beaten to the ground at that point either. This was peak zombie like fandom for Riverman too, with the Dead series and whatnot. And you add into that George Romero was in talks to direct it at first. Of course, Riverman was excited, and I was excited via him. And I don't know, Zach, maybe you know the story a lot better. I think it was in Fangoria. They covered it pretty extensively, but why did it not work out with Romero?
Apparently they didn't like his script. And he wrote a script that had Jill Valentine was the main character, and that's really all we do about it. I wonder if that script will ever see the light of day.
Huh, interesting. So it was a completely different script, totally different film.
Yep.
All right.
Was it the Dead Reckoning, or is that what there was, kind of like more of the Land of the Dead type of movie, or?
I don't know.
Okay.
But fun fact also, they also like got the guy who wrote fucking Halloween 4 to write a script, and his script also had Jill Valentine as the main character. And that one was apparently the closest to the video game.
So let's talk about that for a second. Why on earth would they deviate from what was popular? The game was popular. Why would they deviate from that story and those characters?
Because they're fucking retarded.
I mean, obviously this movie made money because they made a sequel, but maybe it was just me. Maybe it was my tunnel vision and the way I remember it, but I have to think that there was some backlash because there was no resemblance to the game. There was no Jill Valentines. There was no Leon Kennedys. There was nobody. And do you think that was a reason why they started introducing those characters into the later installments? Or do you think they had that idea?
Probably.
Okay. Which is a mess. So they create their own new character, Mila Jovovich, whatever, and then they start introducing these characters that everybody loved and knew as main protagonists, but they weren't main protagonists. It was weird having this chick, Alice, sort of mesh with your Jill Valentines and all these people, but they're not the main focal point. And I've never even seen the sequels, by the way. I'm just going off what I've always seen in passing or looked at in ads and stuff.
See, I like back when this movie came out, I remember me and my friend Derek rented it, and we watched like the first 40 minutes of it. We're like, this sucks, and we never finished it. And the first time I watched it all the way through was just like a couple nights ago to get ready to do this.
Now, am I wrong, but is the general consensus that they get worse from the first one? Like most people that like these movies generally kind of like the first one, but they just decline, or am I getting it wrong?
I don't know. I hear people say they like all of them. I remember seeing the second one, most of it at least.
How does that one fare compared?
I don't remember. It's one of those in one ear out the other movies, like this.
Yeah, I don't know. But like I said, we've only watched it the once, Riverman and I, so it's always been tempting to kind of go back to it.
I don't know. This movie reminds me of the movie Ghost Ship, because I think we saw it around the same time, Aaron, in the theater.
Yeah, with Juliana Margolius or whatever the hell her name is. And
the first 10 minutes was fucking great, and then the rest of it sucked.
So I remember. Go ahead.
That was like the second Dark Castle movie, like 13 Ghosts remake.
Mm-hmm.
I remember liking the 13 Ghosts remake.
Well, we went and saw, it was a preview screening, right, River?
Yeah.
And I remember our good buddy, sort of our trifecta, our third in our clique in high school, his father, John, right? You guys don't know who that is. He gave us his passes for that, and yeah, we went and watched it. I remember they gave us a poster and like promo crap, and yeah, it started off with a bang, which I think is the worst thing you can do. I mean, obviously, you want to have an exciting, inciting incident, right? You want there to be an explosive first 10 minutes, but if you're only going to have one part of your movie be amazing, you don't want it to be just the beginning. I'd rather have a slow build up.
We talk about Ghost Ship, or
yeah, I'm talking about Ghost Ship.
Remember, you had to sneak in because you weren't 17 at the time. I don't think.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, and they wanted your ID because you were sitting there with us, and you didn't have it, and they let you stay. But I thought that was kind of funny.
I don't remember that, man.
Back in the day when they actually gave a fuck.
There's only two things I remember about my cinematic experiences with you. Well, actually, it's funny. I do vaguely remember going to see the Freddy remake and the Friday the 13th remake. But besides that...
You paid to watch the Freddy remake in theaters? Fuck you.
Don't remind us. Oh, we paid to see Jason X, and I remember that vividly because...
That was the one, yeah.
That was the big one because I remember... I didn't know what our thoughts, what we thought the movie was going to be going into it. I don't remember if we were super excited about it because it obviously looked schlocky, like even from trailers.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember us watching it, and I had never walked out in a movie in my life. I wasn't about to make a scene or whatever because I figured, well, maybe Riverman's enjoying it because we weren't talking during the movie. We were just kind of absorbing it. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, well, this movie's fucking terrible, and I'd do anything to leave right now, but Riverman looks like he's enjoying it, so I'm just going to stick this out. And then come to find out, at the end of it, you said the exact same thing that was on my mind. Vice versa. Like, well, I didn't want to leave.
I remember we were sitting in the very back row. I don't know I don't think there was a whole lot of people there.
That reminds me, though, of this one time I was, like, I went with a friend to see a movie once, and, like, I was hating the fuck out of it. I think it might have been, like, X-Men 2. And, like, I thought he liked it, but yeah, it was the same situation where I was hating it, and I thought he was liking it. So he looks over to me, and he's like, "You like this movie?" And I'm like, "Yeah, this is great. Yeah." Like, I fake it. I'm like, "Yeah, this is fucking great. Yeah." And he's like, "I think it fucking sucks. Yeah, let's get out of here."
X-Men 2, dude. X-Men 2 is one of the greatest comic book movies ever. I love that movie.
Oh, fuck you, you fuckboy. That's I knew you would understand.
You don't like X-Men 2? Seriously?
X2, no, I fell asleep for the first half of it.
You don't like X-Men United? That's what it's called.
Nope.
To me, that's the best X-Men movie. You're crazy, but...
The best X-Men movie is still a pile of shit on my bottom of my shoe, for me.
I remember falling asleep in that Star Trek movie that came out in like 94, 93.
Oh,
that was the biggest turd movie I've seen.
Like Nemesis or something?
Yeah.
No, it was the one before Nemesis, I think. First Contact?
I don't remember, but it was crap. I remember falling asleep.
Is it the one that had the villain? It was the chick from Sleepwalkers, You can't, no dessert without finishing your vegetables.
Oh,
Those are the rules.
Yeah.
You know that girl, the woman, the incest mom?
I actually liked that movie.
Yeah, which reminds me, I've been working on my fucking, anybody that's on Letterboxd where you make lists and rate movies and shit. I've been making my incest movie list. It's pretty donk. That movie's on it.
Or what's it consist of besides that?
Fucking Amityville 2.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, what else?
Psycho 4. Psycho 4 kind of counts.
Yeah, Psycho 4 could go on there. I don't think I put it on there.
Burial Ground.
Oh, yeah. See, you guys are coming up with great film. That's on Shudder. I'd love to do that movie. That's donk. So what do you guys think? Would you Mila Jovovich?
Yep. Hey, I just thought of another incest movie. You ever seen that movie U-Turn, the Oliver Stone movie with Sean Penn?
No.
Okay, so it had an all-star cast. It had Sean Penn in the lead role, and it also had Billy Bob Thornton in a smaller part, but a very cool part. And it had Jennifer Lopez. Now, this was Jennifer Lopez before she was J-Lo, right? Because the movie came out the year leading up to her debut solo album.
Selena?
Yeah, so this was the era of Money Train going into Selena.
Oh, I love that movie. That's a great movie.
But, when she came out with her debut solo album, that was on the heels of Selena, and then she really became J-Lo, right, when she came out with her singing career. But anyway, and it had Nick Nolte. And Nick Nolte, there's a scene, man, where he's just pounding J-Lo in the ass, and it's really disturbing because he's kind of crazy, and he's kind of sweating, and he's just mumbling shit to himself that's just, incoherent. And Sean Penn, he's obviously interested in Jennifer Lopez. He's like a wanderer that his car breaks down, and he's in this desert town trying to basically get out of Dodge, and he can't get out of there. And anyway, he fancies Jennifer Lopez, and I think he fucks her too. But there's at some point where he walks in on, or maybe he sees through a window or something, Nick Nolte just pounding her ass, and it's revealed later that that's her dad.
Oh, God.
Talk.
Nick Nolte's like crazy. So when he's like pounding her from behind, he's like mumbling shit like he thinks it's his wife, right? Like he looks like her mom. And so he fucks her and he has this weird relationship. Does
he get down and fucking eat out of her vagina after he splooges and we see some fucking sour cream and onion dip falling out of his mouth?
No, this was R-rated. This was a commercial movie. It wasn't, one of those flicks.
Lame.
But what's funny is I like Nick Nolte, man, and I never used to really care for him. I mean, I was just impartial, but I never really had any feelings towards Nick Nolte until I saw Warrior. Then I'm like, oh, dude, that guy's awesome.
Warriors come out to play.
Not that one.
Oh, well then fuck this movie.
The one from, gosh, I don't know, like 05. I mean, I want to say a decade ago, but it's probably been closer to 15 years.
I loved him in Blue Chips. Blue Chips is great.
I never saw Blue Chips.
I love him in Blue's Clues.
Yeah.
Whenever he fucking came on to replace the fucking the guy, on the couch.
Steve. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you guys don't know what I'm talking about. That movie Warrior with Tom Hardy and Joel Edgerton.
Oh, I haven't seen that, huh?
It's based around MMA, and they're both MMA fighters.
Oh, Warrior, yeah. I remember that movie, yeah.
I absolutely love it, and it's so funny because that's one of the films that I would talk up, and I would often say, I mean, like I said, it's older than 10 years now, but at the time, I'm like, this is my favorite movie of the past 10 years. Well, I used to tout that, and I had some people say, I read reviews of people that don't like it that much, and I'm like, you guys are crazy, because it gets me right in the feels. And Nick Nolte, not that I care about like Academy Awards and stuff like that, but he got robbed. He was nominated for an Academy Award, and he deserves it, dude. Like, he'll make you cry. His performance is so good.
Oh, you beta. See, that's how you know it sucks, is if Aaron likes it.
Well, I mean, if he was nominated for Best Incest Scene for U-Turn, you would be singing a different tune.
I'd be fucking watching it right now. I'd be like, fuck you guys. I believe it. I'm going to go watch U-Turn.
See, Riverman, you don't record with us very often, but Zach has slowly descended deeper and deeper into deviancy. And in recent times, he's become addicted to like incest porn and mommy porn.
Oh, God.
I thought of something great recently, and I can't believe I was at work.
Oh, God.
And I thought, man, I wonder if there is Jesus porn. And so I look it up. I'm like, there's no way I'm the first guy that ever fucking thought of this. So you do the universal thing. You do whatever you think you came up with this great idea. You look it up on Google. And I put in Jesus porn, and all I'm seeing is like fucking people like, what? Like, oh, what did Jesus say about porn? I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I want to know if there's Jesus, but I want to see Jesus in porn. So I put Jesus starring in porn. Porn starring Jesus. And I'm seeing nothing. I'm seeing people like crying because they can't stop jacking off. What would Jesus think? I'm like, fuck you. This is a great idea. This is a fucking great idea. And I'm the first person, apparently.
Well, I got to say, I'm glad that even the adult industry has some kind of standard and line they won't cross.
Oh, they had to have by now.
You know, it's fun because if I was a betting man, which I am, and you were to come to me with that proposition, like, hey, do you want to wager? Is there, porn based around that stuff? I would be like, absolutely, because you think there's no market untapped with that industry. So, but
yeah, we need a Passion of the Christ sexploitation movie.
That's gross. Hey, they're coming out with Passion 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we need one for that too.
Yeah, they're coming out with the Passion 2. What is it called, though? It's called The Resurrection of Christ. So it's about, obviously, the resurrection. And that'll be interesting. And Jim Caviezel coming back. He's going to get some work again. He's a good actor.
Is that Mel Gibson movie?
Yeah, he's the same exact team that brought the first one. Is reprising.
Nice.
Yeah. Mel, man, I love Mel.
He's great.
I mean, he kind of made a comeback, but I'd love to see him make a full-scale comeback. I mean, he's accepted again. He showed up in movies like Daddy's Home 2, and, he's...
That's a guilty pleasure, man. I love that movie.
The thermostat bit was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll get his comeback whenever we see the Passion of the Christ sexploitation remake. That'll be fucking sexy.
You know what's funny?
He'll get his comeback. That was a joke.
They announced, as of this recording yesterday, they announced that Rambo 5 Last Blood is coming out in September, which isn't very far away. Isn't that nuts? And here's a Mel Gibson connection. The director of it also directed Mel Gibson in Get the Gringo, which I loved Get the Gringo. And he was also Mel Gibson's assistant director on Apocalypto and Edge of Darkness. So basically a lot of Mel Gibson ties. So, and like I said, I love Gringo, so that's all the clout I need. Did you still never watch that, Todd?
Yeah, I haven't seen Get the Gringo, and you were telling me about it, and I've been on a Mel Gibson kick. I watched, what was that, that newer Mel Gibson movie. I actually really liked it.
What, The Bloodfather?
Bloodfather. And
I would call it new, but...
I said newer Mel Gibson movie. But funny thing is, back on the Rambo thing, I actually, some guys from work now we're all going to go to the Rambo movie. We're going to do Rambo and range, so we're going to go to the Rambo movie, then we're going to go into the gun range.
Oh, man.
It'll be fun, man. I can't wait till, September 20th?
I was going to propose that you and I see it together and you get your ass to Mars, Phoenix. And us see it, man. But you're cheating on me, and you're going to see it with a bunch of other people. I see how it is.
Two guys from work, man.
That's 2 days for my birthday, man. I want to see it with somebody that's going to appreciate it.
You know what I'm going to do when that movie comes out?
You're probably going to masturbate to fucking Jesus porn, dude.
Fuck yes, but after that,
I don't know what.
Not going to watch it. I will wait till it comes out on Blu-ray.
No, dude, I got it. I'm so anticipating it. To me, that's like, I'm pretty blessed because in the last few months I got Creed 2, which was highly anticipated, and it felt good to see a movie opening night and be that pumped, right? And I might be more excited for Last Blood.
I still haven't seen Creed 2, so it comes out next week on to rent.
It's so good. I'm going to throw it in the voodoo box if that motherfucker would share. But you never know. You never know if they're going to share or not.
Hopefully Last Blood's plot is like fucking Sly gets a sex change and he starts menstruating.
Nah, man, he's taking down
He's going to Mexico.
Mexican cartel.
Yep.
Well, fuck that. Don't ruin my fucking drug supply. Just fucking give us your menstrual movie.
Was it daughter back or is it his niece?
It's none of the above, River. It's like sort of a surrogate family. It's a mother and a daughter that he bonded with ever since he moved back home. I don't think he's actually related to him, though.
Gotcha.
And he can't be related to him, right? Because it always has to be somebody that's like 6 degrees from him, because that's what every Rambo movie's about. He's always saving somebody that's not of his kin, and he's always sacrificing for him. And I think they were kicking around that idea at first. Like maybe he had a daughter, like along the way he had begat a daughter, he had sired a daughter a long time ago, and maybe he went to war and fucking he disappeared to Thailand and whatever. And he comes home and he finds out he has a daughter, and she was the one getting in a hot mess. But I'm kind of glad they changed it because that's not really in Rambo's fashion.
Why the fuck would they still be going to that old man when there's younger people to go get to save your fucking daughter?
I know. Wasn't it ridiculous enough when he was in his prime where everybody's like, only you can get them done, Rambo. We got to get John.
Exactly.
Well, I love on Instagram, he's posting all like a bunch of stills or whatever, and he has this cowboy get up on, which he looks fucking awesome in it.
Oh, that looks like a fucking Walker, Texas Ranger fucking B-roll or something.
I know, it looks awesome, man.
I want to see him with a cowboy hat on.
It makes perfect sense because at the end of Rambo 4, he returned home and, you know, he took it on himself to run
His
that
father's ranch.
Yeah, we're assuming his father's dead now, and he took on the ranch, and he's just a rancher.
Mm-hmm.
So, and which is even better because once again, it's another scenario where Rambo's trying to have a normal life, and something pulls him back in.
Yeah, that's it's fucking terrible, but I guess if you guys like it, it must be good. He's a rancher now.
Yeah, and he's not directing this one. He's only directed one Rambo movie, and that was the last one. Other than that, every Rambo movie's had a different director. So a different guy, like I said, the guy doing Get the Gringos doing this one. So I'm pretty excited. I don't know. Hopefully it'll be pretty good.
Well, there's people. You sent out some on Facebook, and people are bitching about the CGI in Rambo 4, which as much as I hate CGI, it didn't bother me, you know.
Yeah, the movie's too much fun for that to be a bother. You know, it becomes a nitpick in the great.
I mean, it's a Rambo movie. What do you expect? It's not like.
You know what, guys? I watched Rambo 4 a long time ago, and I don't remember much about it.
Well, it's got a thin story. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
But it's just, all you have to know is it's got an insanely high body count. It's probably got the highest body count that, doesn't count things like explosions of buildings or, shit like that. But just individual people getting knocked off, it's got to be the highest. It's insane. It's just a bunch of, it's nothing but an excuse to get Rambo to do what he does best on screen, blow shit up. Like, the story's that simple.
And do that goofy ass mouth he does, the weird face he does. Hey, we just saw the fucking mansion there. That's donk.
Stallone shooting a 50 cal, and he's splitting people in half. I mean, can't get much better than that, man.
It'd be better if he was fucking them in half with his cock.
Is this supposed to be the Arklay Mountains mansion, or do they change that part of the story too?
Yeah, I just showed it. Apparently this is fucking...
But is it Raccoon City? Did they change that, or is it Raccoon City?
I mean, it's the fucking mansion. I don't know why they changed that.
Why'd they change everything else they changed?
That's a retarded.
Like, instead of giving us a cast of the game already created all these characters, but instead they gave us Dime Store Tony Todd, right? They gave us Dime Store Thomas Jane, and that bitch from Fast and Furious right there.
Yeah, would you Michelle her Rodriguez?
I don't think she'd like it, man. She goes for the ladies.
Oh, dang. I'd watch and jack off.
Yeah.
I bet she fucking Michelle Rodriguez. I bet she's going to say something feisty, like she's going to tell somebody to suck her dick or something. That's what she does in these movies.
Yeah, because she's very butch. Doesn't he look like Thomas Jane, like a Latino Thomas Jane?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. And this is poor man Tony Todd, obviously.
So it's a lot like fucking Jason X. That had poor man Tony Todd and all kinds of fucking poor man's Robert Englund was the fucking driver of the spaceship in that movie.
So,
speaking of Tony Todd, isn't there a new Candyman coming out as well?
A remake with Jordan Peele's.
Remake.
Yeah, Jordan Peele. Why they gotta do that? Why they always gotta take these new directors that are showing promise and like, hey, let's hire you to make a shitty remake. Stop it. Just let him keep making his own shit.
Kind of like Rob Zombie.
It's funny. He's carving his niche doing urban, based horror movies, which is cool. But, the one that paved the way for him technically was Candyman, right? That's one of the early examples of an urban horror movie. Why does he have to adopt that?
There's a fun fact. I don't like Candyman or any of the sequels.
Candyman 1's obviously the best of the three, but I don't think it's great. I've seen it a lot, but I don't think it's great. It's missing something. There's things about it.
Clive Barker's adaptations just like it started out, Hellraiser was great, and then every time they try to do it again, it just falls flat on its fucking face.
I don't know what it is about Candyman. Like, I like the cast, and it's got elements that I really, really like. It's just missing something. It's not terrible. I know the movie really well. In fact, I wouldn't mind doing a commentary for it sometime. The sequels are particularly just, worse, but yeah, I don't know.
The sequels are AIDS personified.
It's definitely missing something. That's definitely a Scream Factory release I didn't buy when they announced that.
But Jordan Peele, he's doing fucking Twilight, which is dog. And did you see? Is a executive producer of Lorraine Bobbitt, whatever fucking name is, documentary.
Yeah, that's on Prime. I still haven't seen that yet, but I don't know how you can make a whole documentary out of that. But whatever.
Who is that?
The chick that cut off the guy's dick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cut off her husband's dick.
And then he got super glued back on and became a porn star, which is dog.
They're making a sequel to The Shining, right?
Well,
Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep?
I don't know if you'd consider it a sequel. It's more like a spinoff. Because it's not really... the only connection is it stars Danny Torrance all grown up, but I think it's a completely... what'd you say? It's about crazy-ass vampires or aliens, Zach?
Yeah, he's going around fighting vampires or something retarded. Yeah,
it's totally dumb. To me, it's just an excuse to tether together a classic story that everybody loves.
He had a book that no one was going to read or buy, and he said, oh, well, it's starring Danny Torrance, so now we want to buy it and read it.
I mean, I still don't.
Speaking of retarded, they're coming out with a sequel to Zombieland.
Yeah, I saw that. Everybody.
Emma Stone, Woody's coming back, and Jesse Eisenberg. It's their time has passed, man. That's 10 years old, isn't it?
Well, and it's... that movie came out before Walking Dead sort of blew zombies up, but that movie was still a hit. I think that was one of those things that was bubbling. It helped start the zombie thing getting popular, and then when Walking Dead came out, it just exploded. But
that was a movie. How could you like that movie when it came out after we've already seen Shaun of the Dead? Shaun of the Dead did it better.
Yeah. And it came out not too long after Shaun of the Dead. And that's exactly how I felt. I saw the movie and I didn't think it was very good. It was missing a lot. I'm I don't really get it. I don't remember too much about it. I didn't even think the Bill Murray thing was funny that everybody was talking about. And yeah, Shaun of the Dead was way better. So I'm not excited about this, and I think they've missed the boat, like you said, Riverman. Why did they not capitalize on this 5 years ago when Walking Dead was super big, right? Zombies were all the thing. Now people are kind of done with it.
What about they're coming out with scary stories to tell in the dark?
I'm looking forward to that. That'll be cool.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
The poster sucks, though.
Yeah, it looks dumb. Looks like a sci-fi original movie poster. It looks so generic. You wouldn't be able to guess that Del Toro was a part of that. It looks so, stock. Speaking of stock, man, that new Critters trailer, I mean, I know clearly the movies used to be schlocky and they're kind of embracing that schlock hardcore, but that thing looks like Critters, the Sharknado, Sharknado Critters. You know what I mean? It's got this...
I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I don't know what to think yet.
Yeah, I have no idea what to think.
That's not the new movie, though. That's the fucking what was going to be the web series.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the movie. It's the Shudder original.
Yeah, it's episodes.
Oh.
Okay, so they're remaking The Grudge, they're remaking Child's Play, and they're remaking, what's the third one?
Isn't it funny how we've been talking about horror movies all these years and nothing's changed, but they're still remaking all these movies?
And Pet Sematary. They're all coming out this year.
Well, no, they've officially lapped themselves because when the original Grudge came out, first of all, The Grudge was a remake, obviously, of the Japanese one.
Yeah.
But when that movie came out, that was kind of the start of them remaking all this shit. And that it was this thing of, oh my God, they're remaking all these things. And now it's come full circle to where they're remaking a movie that was being remade already and was at the height of the start of everything getting remade. They've already started cycling through. Now they're going to remake Freddy again, right? Then they're going to remake Black Christmas again. And they're just going to keep going to that well of the same 20 movies, right? They're going to do Hills Have Eyes again, I'm sure. They'll probably remake the shitty Hills Have Eyes 2 remake starring Jet Jackson, right? I don't know. Lame.
No, there's nothing, man.
You guys are so cynical. Hollywood's amazing, and they just keep making great stuff. You say they can't remake them. They make them better, I think.
TV's where it's at, man. That's the only thing.
Zach and I already went into a big spiel about the Child's Play trailer during our first episode of Cinema Enema, but I know you weren't a part of that. But yeah, I think my impression of that, just to keep it short, is it just looked so generic. It didn't really do anything. It was so dull looking. It looked stock. There was nothing special about it at all. I mean, I didn't really, it's not like, oh my God, this is going to be the worst thing ever. It just left me with no feeling, you know?
It's like the Pet Sematary trailer. I mean, same thing for me.
Yeah, more or less.
I've been wanting to watch Pet Sematary again. That's a donk film.
Hey, I wonder how that 4K, is that 4K out yet?
I don't know.
I wonder how that's going to look.
It's going to look the same, but in 4K, I bet.
Yeah. I like it when Zach laughs at his own jokes, because he has to.
Yeah, exactly. Because they just go over your fucking head. You're too stupid to get them.
You're like that dog on the Smurfs, you know, that laughs at all his master shit. What's that fucking...
Exactly. That's my fucking mascot. That motherfucker.
The Red Queen Chamber. So what's going on in the movie at this point, Zach?
I don't know. Who cares? But fun fact, this successful opening weekend of this movie started a frenzy in Hollywood where they immediately started fucking greenlighting all the video game titles they could, including Doom, Silent Hill, and Max Payne.
Oh, we remember. Wow, it took a little while for Max Payne to get made because that didn't come out until, was that like 2008 or something? That was quite a few years later. But Silent Hill, that's a movie that a lot of people like, that has its following. I thought that was shit.
I never liked that movie either.
But you know what I mean? It's amassed a bit of a following.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't get it. I didn't watch the second one. I think the second one had Sean Bean in it. I mean, the guy's wasn't everything for a while, but I didn't watch the
second one. Was fucking terrible.
Are we going to do a review on 3 from Hell when that comes out?
We got to.
Yeah. I mean, I'll see that just because the thing is with Rob Zombie, I think it's a shitty move to make that movie. It's obviously his trump card. It's his ace in the hole. It's his last strike, right? And he was saving that. Yep. And with the last 2 Rob Zombie movies, they were actually last 3 if you count Halloween 2. They were so abysmal that if it was anything except 3 from Hell, I would never go near it. But the thing is
you're a retard. Lord Salem's great.
I think 3 from Hell, like I said, is a cheap, a cheap move, but I still don't think it. I think it's going to be consistently all right. I don't think it's going to be like the last few movies. It'll probably be okay. So I will see it. But he's a one-trick pony. So that's what I'm saying. He's a one-trick pony. His only good movies was Devil's Reject, right? To me, that's his only good movie. So if he's making a sequel to that, I bet you it'll be all right. It's kind of like M. Night Shyamalan, him going back and dipping into the well of Unbreakable, right?
Is this going to hit theaters, 3 from Hell, or is it going to be straight to DVD, you think?
It'll probably be select theaters and then on demand immediately. Yeah, it'll probably be like that. I don't think it's...
Okay.
He's shit the bed too many times. Like, you only get so many chances in Hollywood. He made a terrible, terrible business move after the whole Halloween thing. Like, he was sitting on a gold mine accepting the remake of Halloween and it being such a huge hit. I think he made all the wrong moves.
No, the wrong moves would have been to keep remaking shit.
No. What he should have done at that point was, when he got a big favor handed to him to do that Halloween, to do an existing property, and he inherited a big hit, right? It wasn't because of Rob Zombie. It was because it was Halloween. So he should have used that platform and used the stock, rising, his name gaining momentum from that movie, to leave his ego at the door and direct somebody else's scripts. You know what I mean? Get himself more established, keep building on that establishment and riding that wave. He should have taken some good scripts from other people. But no, I'm going to go and fucking write my own shitty movies. We see what that did. It was terrible.
I mean, Zach was saying he didn't want to see any more remakes, but I did want to see a Blob Rob Zombie movie. So I love the Blob.
Yeah, the fucking Blob go around telling everybody he's going to skull fuck the shit out of him would have been dank.
I think it would have been fun, man.
That head falling off looked horrible. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, that was amazing. You're just fucking fronting like you don't like it. It is amazing. This is the greatest effects.
Oh, it's so stupid. Like, there's nothing about...
Is there any zombies in this?
Eventually.
At the end, yeah.
These... And I think they kind of made them like Zack Snyder zombies, right? Aren't they like super aggressive?
I think so, yeah.
So And I think that movie was out at this point. What, right? The Zack Snyder Dawn?
No, that was 2004.
Okay, so not quite.
This is prior.
Look at that. So different characters aside, other than that, there's nothing about this movie so far that resembles Resident Evil. It doesn't feel like a scary house. There's no dark atmosphere. There's no giant spiders. And you know what I mean? There's nothing about this movie that's... People can shit on video games all they want, but I'm going to give Paul W.S. Anderson somewhat of the benefit sometimes because I still think Mortal Kombat's great. And at least Mortal Kombat tried to be like the game, right? I don't think anybody can deny that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I get it. It's got problems, but I think it's an amazing schlocky movie. I love how budgeted it is.
His, most people like his, what's that movie called? Fucking, Event Horizon.
Yeah, people like Event Horizon, but Event Horizon was a bomb when it came out, and it's one of those things that's grown legs and it's gained a cult following over the years. And his movies are interesting to me because they're not terrible, but I can't quite love them. Event Horizon, it is what it is, and it's Hellraiser in space. That's what it is. Same thing with that movie Soldier with Kurt Russell. He did that one too, right? In fact, he might have done that in between Mortal Kombat and Event Horizon, I think. Or maybe it was right after Event Horizon. There's some people that really like that movie, even though it was a terrible bomb. And I've watched it. I'm like, it's not bad. It's not great. I don't really know what to think. But then he just sort of became enslaved to this franchise for about 30 million years.
Yeah, he let this fucking shitty movie franchise make him his bitch.
Do you know what he reminds me of, actually, when I think of Paul W.S. Anderson? He reminds me of a successful version of Uwe Boll. You know, Uwe Boll, he did like Blood Rain, he did Alone in the Dark, and nobody can take that guy seriously. Well, I mean, these movies aren't... It's like Paul W.S. Anderson, he's making very similar types of movies. He's become the go-to video game guy if you want a video game adaptation that's a hit. And I don't know what it is. They're very similar in tone, but he actually does the job well for what he's supposed to do. I can't dog Paul W.S. Anderson. He clearly has a style. And I would think if you were a filmmaker, a guy like that would be depressed that he's become this dude that's just become sandwiched in and back to the corner as the guy that makes video game movies. Right. But I watched many interviews with him and he seems like the happiest guy in the world. I mean, he gets to bone Mila Jovovich. You know, he's probably happy to be making a lot of money because he does. He's probably like, you know, I'm happy being the video game guy.
A shit filmmaker.
Bet people go see his movies. It depends on what the filmmaker's aspirations are. Some people want to make artsy fartsy, the English pacent movies. Some people just want to entertain a crowd, right? Even if they're schlocky or whatever. So,
and he does neither.
No. Well, whether or not we like these movies, he does. Like, you know, these movies were hits. Movie after movie, they were hits for some damn reason. So I think there's definitely filmmakers like that. There's some enthusiasts that are going to shit on any type of filmmakers like that, right? That you have to be Terrence Malick to have two shits given about you for some reason. But
that guy sucks too.
He sucks dick, man.
Terrible.
But those people are not going to find a lot of value in movies like this, right? And I think and I'm not saying this movie's good, but if a movie like The Pest entertains me, Zach,
that's a great film.
I do love that movie, man. That's a great movie.
We did a commentary for that recently. But so, like, if somebody makes The Pest and it makes a couple of dumb fucks from the Midwest like us laugh, that guy did his job, right? He wasn't trying to make high art, right? He was making a movie with Jeffrey Jones. For God's sakes.
Exactly. A fucking the baby toucher himself.
Yeah, so
you gotta have your baby toucher in at least one of your movies.
So, I mean, there's value in that. I mean, the worst movies in the world are those ones that are just forgotten. Like, they leave you with nothing. That's the worst thing. I'd rather be terrible, right?
A fun fact, James Cameron stated on his Reddit page that he considers this movie one of his guilty pleasures.
He loves it. He loves it. And you know what? I remember when he came out and said that, and I remember it was around the same time. First of all, he said that, and I'm like, dude, strike one, James Cameron, you're losing it. It's like, first you have abandoned the sci-fi genre, and you're starting to go all romance, and now you got this Avatar stuff. Then you say you like the Resident Evil movie, but for him, I'm like, dude, you're fucking losing it in your old age. But I get it. He didn't say, he said it was his guilty pleasure. I can respect that. I have movies that are, it's like, you know, us just talking about The Pest, for God's sakes, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I usually don't feel guilty about anything I like.
Yeah. So I feel you there too. But you know what? So I let that slide because he said guilty pleasure. But then, didn't he put Michelle Rodriguez in Avatar, by the way? Wasn't she in Avatar?
I don't know. I didn't watch that fucking movie.
Anyway, so, but then he hit me again with another one that I'm like, dude, you're losing me. He had said when Alien versus Predator came out, and well after Alien versus Predator, that he actually really liked that movie. And I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
What the fuck?
Like, aren't you the guy that made Aliens, like the really good one? And you're saying that movie was good? And I just couldn't believe that this is the same guy that did T2. And I'm like, I don't understand. But it turns out that once the Terminator franchise rights reverted back to him just a couple years ago, you know, that's why we got that new one coming out. Which was it called? Terminator Dark Days or something? I don't know. But anyway, he then started singing a different tune. I think somebody asked him in an interview. And, oh, fuck, no, I'm getting it wrong. Because he was saying Terminator Genesis was good. That's what he walked back on. Because once Terminator Genesis came out and it was a bomb, and then literally, like, Terminator Genesis had been in the theaters for like a couple of weeks, and then the rights reverted back. They had already announced that James Cameron was going to produce a new Terminator when Genesis was still like kind of new. And then he was kind of like, yeah, all that shit I said, I mean, I kind of had to say it. Like, you know, like there's legal shit. I couldn't shit talk it because all this stuff was pending or whatever. And he's like, but now I could say, you know, it had problems.
I didn't hate Genesis. It was stupid and terrible, but it was fun in a way.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I didn't hate it either. I accepted it. I went into that movie knowing, I'm like, I'm just going to watch this movie as if it was a fan film, right? That's just trying to have a lot of fan service. And it's made by a bunch of fans. And it's like, what would one of us do if we had to make a YouTube fan movie? And it was kind of cool to see him sort of going back to all these locales and introducing all these characters. And
see, I want to see fucking Sarah Connor in that movie and in the new movie. We need to see both versions of Sarah Connor fucking dyke out. That'd be dog.
Yeah, ew, the new one.
Yeah,
the old Sarah Connor, but she's old.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Yeah, see, he doesn't even want to fucking watch this movie. I don't blame him. This is a shit film.
But no, didn't that Terminator Genesis just feel like fan fiction?
Exactly, yeah.
And that's how I went into it. I'm like, you know, I could appreciate it. I didn't take it seriously. I'm like, I don't take this seriously. Not for a second did I accept it as really part of the canon. And it kind of helped me, you know, appreciate little things in it. So, but I am interested of seeing the new one. I'm skeptical, but I have to give it the benefit of the doubt that, you know, obviously James Cameron is executive producing it and he wrote the script. He's not directing it, but that's not the most important thing in the world because, you know, he's going to be very hands-on with it. I don't think it matters who's behind the camera, but the fact that he wrote it and his company's behind it, you know, there's hope that it'll be all right. That looks fucking terrible.
That was bad.
That looks terrible. Oh, that looks worse.
What the fuck?
Gah. You know, you don't really notice this stuff on a big screen back in the day, like one of those screens that they had in the theaters back then. They weren't upgraded, but man, does it look really I can only imagine what this would look like on 4K.
Oh yeah, look, the fucking thing coming at me with its mouth open. Let me put my fucking finger in its mouth. That'll be dog. I just bit her like a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, that's where she got bit. And we're going to try and keep that a secret until she reveals it to people later. Which is cliche, by the way.
See, but in fucking Resident Evil, they're not supposed to turn after they get bit. That's never happened to the players.
Yeah, because it's a virus.
Yeah. Michelle Rodriguez, fun fact, had informed her agent that if anybody ever wrote a script for Resident Evil, that she wanted to be part of it. Her agent duty put her in contact with Paul W.S. Anderson when his screenplay was bought.
I have a question, though. Are you sure that's not the way it was in the game? Because I think in the first game, was there not one of the letters you found where he is mentioned, you know, that whole, like, hungry, so ate him, you know?
Oh, yeah. See, they fucked up because you don't turn into anything whenever you get bit.
You know what I'm saying? But he even talks about one of those things bit me, and then he starts, like, slowly becoming crazy and turning in the letter.
Yeah, but he might have been operated on by Umbrella, too.
I don't know. Did they ever go into it? Was it airborne? Is the T-virus or the whatever the virus it was in that first one, is it an airborne thing?
I don't know. I do not know. Hey, she's getting flashbacks. She got to see a unicorn.
God, is this like Blair Witch Project?
Yeah, that's a fucking donk.
So what's the story with Alice? I don't even remember. Did she just sort of wake up and she doesn't know who she is?
Yeah, that fucking cliche. Like, oh yeah, you know just as much about her as fucking she does in the movie, baby.
You know what movie did that well? That's
20 Days Later.
No, Universal Soldier: Day of Reckoning.
Oh.
Or what's that movie? Paris, Texas. You ever see that movie?
No.
That's a dog movie.
You know what's funny is I've never seen 28 Days Later, but I've seen 28 Weeks Later.
I really like 28 Days Later. I think that's a good movie. I saw it twice in the theater because I really liked it.
Yeah.
This movie was originally called Resident Evil Ground Zero, but they changed it when 9/11 happened.
Why not just call it? Why not change it anyway? Just call it Resident Evil, for crying out loud. Why are they acting like, like there's a movie that preceded it?
Because they didn't want to fucking make it confused with the good game. So we got the shitty movie. We gotta fucking differentiate it.
That's like if they named the first movie Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
It would have made more sense because it's not the game; it's a movie. So you gotta change the title. It only makes sense, Aaron.
You know what's funny is I hate it because sometimes I think some of our best commentaries are the ones that get the most underlooked, and I love that Mortal Kombat commentary. And it's, sometimes I wonder like why do certain commentaries get a lot of traffic and some of them sort of get brushed under, and I'm like but
I really like that Pet Sematary 2 commentary. That was one of my favorites.
That's a great one, and that one's done all right, but. I'm just saying, like, we have some that are like the upper echelon, and I'm like, why? Why are these ones the upper echelon? I like the Freddy 2, the Nightmare on Elm Street 2. That's one of Zach and my earliest ones, and that one's one of my favorites. It was so good, and I wish that one got more love.
Oh yeah, I should tell you, fucking Riverman. Did you ever buy the Scream Factory brain scan Blu-ray?
No, I haven't. No.
Well, there's a fucking featurette on there where they talk to the writer, and he mentions on there that, like, oh yeah, I just listened to a podcast, and it was around the time that would have been being made that we put out our fucking episode where we did the commentary. It could have been talking about us.
Tell him what he said, though.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Tell him what he said.
I don't even fucking remember. It's on our Instagram. I posted it. Something
to the fact of, I had no idea this movie anybody gave a shit, right? But I'm going online, and then he starts talking about, it has a following. There's I listened to a podcast, a commentary on it.
Oh, really? The brain scan commentary?
Yeah. Well, he didn't name drop us, but there's only so many of them on there.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be us. We like to pretend it is. So whoever that guy's name, I forget his name. I consider that an official endorsement.
He also went on to write 7.
Hell yeah.
Google brain scan commentary and see if ours pops up.
I'll see.
Because then you'll know.
Exactly.
My phone fell on the floor, so somebody else is going to have to do it. But, no, what were you saying before that? Before you said that. You said something I wanted to elaborate on. Oh, 7. That's a movie I'd like to do for Cinema Anima. I think it's a perfect movie to do for that.
Well, then pick it, bitch.
Riverman, you got to come on that show sometime.
First video that shows up on Google, Revival House.
Yep, Revival. Yep.
Dude, I bet you it was us.
I'm a dog. See, I wonder if there even is another commentary on YouTube at all.
So we're the reason why he feels appreciated because one fucking group of fucking hooligans from the Midwest, losers, did a commentary. Like, oh yeah, it's so popular. I had no idea it had this big of a cult following.
Well,
he was adding that to stories of people finding him at conventions and saying
technically we're a cult. It's fine, cult following.
Exactly.
I'm gonna look. Yeah, so you actually just Googled it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
I Googled brain scan commentary and it popped up. There's a brain scan review and it's some dude, but
oh yeah, we're number 1, baby. Hell yeah. So yeah, that had to have been us. And he was probably looking at all those slideshows of him. He's probably in those slideshows. Because that's back when, Zach used to give a fuck and you put like the slides
Is that worth picking up, Zach?
It doesn't. It can't be a good transfer.
It is. I like it. It's good. This dog. There's a deleted scene on there too.
Oh yeah, what is it?
It's a weird fucking part where fucking Eddie turns into like a half fucking Eddie, half fucking trickster monster.
Oh, that's cool. You know, we have a lot of commentaries that when you Google them, we sort of cornered the market on them. You know, obviously you type in Showdown Little Tokyo, we're #1 everywhere. That's why it's got so many hits.
Crazy Kitty wrote best movie ever made.
Good for him.
Fucking Crazy Kitty is our boy.
Wait, where are you reading this from?
The YouTube.
Yeah, don't read comments, dude. I gotta read comments later.
You're ruining the fucking continuity.
This is from the Brain Scan. This is a 4-year-old comment, dude. Chill.
Which means we addressed it already. Why are you going back and reading these comments?
Well, I just want to see who commented on the Brain Scan thing. I want to see if the guy did.
It's better than watching this fucking movie. Whoever requested this shit.
I doubt that guy commented on it. I doubt it.
Apparently, while they were filming this, the fucking dog kept licking off the blood and meat that they put on him.
Oh, because dogs do that, yeah.
This movie just reeks of early 2000s, late 90s, dude.
Dude, even those dogs looked like they were in front of a crappy green screen a second ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything about it's terrible. This is the only thing they tried to bring in from the games is these dogs. And they failed.
And the liquor.
Hey, so why can't... So that guy appreciates the fandom of doing a movie like Brain Scan, doing a commentary and the following it's had. How come the guy who directed Munchie couldn't have appreciated you guys doing a very bad commentary, shitting all over it? Because did you hear about that, River?
No.
Tell him, Zach. That's funny.
Yeah, being back, we're doing it back in Zach, where we were doing the second Munchie movie, and the director, fucking Josh James, was friends with the director, and he posted it to his fucking Facebook, and he stopped in and watched it, and he left really quick, and Josh James was like, "What'd you think?" And he's like, what is it?" He said, "I don't even remember."
Well, so it was a live commentary, so he popped in and was watching it for a bit. I don't remember what he said, but he basically said it wasn't for him. You know, respect and everything. It's like, but it was a lowbrow humor. He just wasn't into it. It was insulting because he probably came in at the wrong moment. We were talking about fucking kids or something.
Oh God,
I know
exactly. That was a dog.
So if you Google Pet Sematary 2 commentary, yeah, it's the first one to pop up. Is Revival House.
Oh fuck yeah! So we got that one too.
You don't fucks with the Revival House.
Well, you know, I just don't think there's that big of a market of people doing commentaries on YouTube to begin with. I mean, obviously there are some, but it's such a niche thing, and it's something that you would find, you know, on podcast services, on iTunes and Apple stuff, and it's not really, YouTube's not really the avenue for that. So that's cool. I'll take it.
Yeah, you will take that, and you will fucking like that.
So, is this the first?
She's not your mom, Jeff.
Daddy's all better. Was that the first, like, non-CGI zombie we've seen? That one that was on the glass?
No, there's a couple. They all suck, though. They look like shit.
I just remember at the end of this movie, you see Mila Jovovich naked, and it actually baffled me because I think it was the first, like, vagina you see on a theater screen. I never saw it because I think you see, like, everything. She's got like weird bandages all over her, but you can see a lot.
Yeah, you can see a side tit at the beginning. Side tit.
Okay, she's clearly not normal. Why would you?
Yeah, he thought that was her, man. She looked normal. What are you talking about?
Why? So was the zombie smart enough to troll him and act like she wasn't a zombie? Because that's what she did. She was like trying to gain his trust before she got real close.
Yeah, anybody that plays the games knows that the zombies are always acting like your friends until they get really close.
It's almost like that zombie was taking direction from a director.
She looks like fucking Alex Mack from that Nickelodeon show.
Alex Mack, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's going to turn into liquid and come underneath the fucking door and just reform.
Her name was Larissa Olnick. right?
Why do you remember that?
I think everybody had a crush on her.
Yeah, she was cute. But yeah, that old 90s Nickelodeon CGI, like that shitty T-1000 effect that she had, liquid metal.
Yeah, she looked like a fucking Capri Sun commercial.
It really it did. Oops, I just dropped my phone again. Do you remember the villain's name in that?
No.
I do for some reason. And what's funny is I never watched the show really, but her name was Miss Danielle Atron.
Okay. Remember that show, fucking Caitlin's Way?
No, it sounds like Caitlyn Jenner. What's that all about?
It had that fucking theme song. It was like, I'm wishing for a sail.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was dog. No, I just remember the intro. I never watched it.
Was that on Nickelodeon?
What the fuck else would it have been on?
You see, you're a few years younger than we are, so we might have missed the boat on that.
You did miss that boat. You got all fucking, yeah. I was up in the boat, fucking, you were dying in the flood. I was all fucking sailing away on the boat with all the 7 different animals.
Do you remember the show on Nickelodeon with Pat Morita, Shelby Woo?
I do remember that, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember that too.
Remember, fucking, Ghost Rider?
Yeah, I remember. Oh, dude, I haven't thought about that in years. Yeah, I kind of do remember that.
Yeah, they had the fucking ghost, they wrote the notebook and the ghost writer came out and helped them solve crimes. And I remember one of them was this guy that owned a video store and he was like illegally copying tapes. I was like, I do that all the time. This guy's cool.
Do you remember the PBS show Wishbone?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
It's a story of Wishbone. Wag another tail.
Fucking Rimshot was in that.
Was that the Rimshot, the same dog?
Probably not.
Okay.
Look like him though.
Zach knows all about rim shots.
Exactly. Fucking Rimshot's our boy.
That's funny.
Yeah, this movie's giving us nothing to work with.
Yeah, it's not that good. We pretty much talked about everything there is to talk about in the first 2 minutes, right?
Well, let's talk about the convention. Casey Crypticon. Zach, are you going to go or what?
Hell yeah.
All right, because...
I don't know about anybody. I'm bending over backwards to go to this, right? So it's going to happen. It's going to be a lot of fun. So anybody in that area, for sure, come on out and say hi to us because we're going to have a table. We're going to have a booth. Haven't quite figured out what we're going to do as far as a setup yet. We got some time to do that, but we'll make it fun.
Bring some fucking some edibles and some fucking bring some shrooms and some
I don't need
acid. We'll trip balls at the con and we'll see what happens.
We'll have some goodies and stuff. We'll have some t-shirts surely, and I might do the koozie thing again because people love those koozies, man. That was one of the highlights of the last time we did this circuit, River.
Yeah.
You're gonna get in a jacuzzi with fans?
No, man. People,
those koozies, man.
Dude, remember we made the koozie pyramid, dude? It grabs the eye.
You guys come out. We're gonna talk to Tom Savini like we did last time.
We're gonna have round 2.
We're gonna get him in the koozie.
Round 2, and we'll see how it goes. Let's just say that. And Joe Bob Briggs will be there too. So
we get Tom Savini and Joe Bob in the koozie with us, and I'll fucking go under suck his dick.
No, I'm excited about it because it's going to be us stepping into the past because I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff that I just don't care to do anymore outside of an environment like that. Like I honestly have no desire to really talk to celebrities and stuff on a podcast or interview. I don't
either.
Well, you know what I've noticed, by the way? It doesn't mean shit for your show. I mean, it can be interesting and you might be able to have a good show, but it certainly doesn't do a lot for driving traffic, unless it's a video interview, which I can do at the conventions. But
yeah,
there's all sorts of podcasts out there now. It's so crazy to think when Riverman and I started this all these years ago, it seemed like podcasts were a dying, form, like before they even really got a real chance. They weren't mainstream. And now everybody there's so many podcasts, and I follow so many podcast groups on Facebook and things like that. And everybody, of course, is pimping out their shows, and there's just literally thousands and thousands. It actually makes me feel like shit. It actually makes me feel like we're not really doing anything special because everybody else is. But I have to just, care about what we do. I don't give a shit about anybody else. But anyway, somebody made a post or something, and they basically said, who was your favorite guest on your podcast? And everybody's chiming in with their guests. And there's all these shitty podcasts I've never heard of that got name guests, and they're still shitty podcasts. It doesn't matter, right?
Yeah. No, I hear you.
You're such an elitist, Aaron. Fuck you.
No.
Called them shitty.
No, you know what? Well, they might be fine, but you know what I'm saying? Like everybody I'm proud to say Riverman and I were doing this before like everybody and their mom was doing it. Right?
Yeah, that's my favorite guest was my mom when I got her on an episode of Mag and Zag.
Yeah. Has your mom commented on that, by the way, since Mac shared it with her?
No.
Did you get her out of the group? Did you erase her, delete her?
No, I can't fucking erase my mom. I feel like an asshole. I have to steal her phone next time I'm over there and just unlike it.
That's funny. But no, anyway, yeah, it's just, I brought this up to Zach before because we had flirted with the idea of getting people on to do commentaries with us, anybody that was associated with the movie we want to do. And I was thinking to myself, like, you know, if we had like Devon Sawa or someone Zach wants to blow on this.
Oh, Devon Sawa, Devasploitation. Did you see they just put all the fucking Final Destination movies on Netflix? Donk.
We'll have to do the first one because I know you've been dying to. But if we had someone like that on a commentary, I asked Zach, I'm like, would that make us change the way we present the show, right? Because we had somebody else that was a foreigner to us. Would that make you, you know, think about what you say, whereas normally you don't, and you're kind of off the cuff, which is part of the humor? And I don't know if we should let that stuff compromise anything, because it might. If we have a guest on, we're probably going to go into more interview mode, and you don't want to do that. So if we could find a way to where they totally adapted to us and we weren't adapting to them, then it could work. But I don't think it's super important. But one idea we had, though, Riverman, to that was, what if like we were doing, let's just say hypothetically, a Final Destination commentary, and we got someone like Devon Sawa to do it. We interview Devon Sawa first, and then put it on the bookends of or put it at the start of the podcast, but then go into the commentary without him, like separate recording.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, so like a because you know, it's cool when people do long interviews, but a lot of times people just want to do short ones. It'd be kind of cool to do like a 15-minute or whatever, and then just have it lead into the commentary and make it one big package. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Or we could fucking cut it up into bite-sized pieces and play some of it throughout the commentary. Like, oh, here's what we asked him about this scene specifically, whenever the scene comes up, and I could just play it.
I think that would be a lot of excess work that wouldn't really make it any better.
What the fuck do you care? You don't got to do it.
Well,
I had to do it at all.
But I think most people would just rather hear the interview at the top. I don't think.
You know what I think? I think most people would rather just suck my dick.
But anyway, all that stuff is different if it's a video. Like we've already proven that. You can look on our channel when we actually are talking to people on a camera. People respond to that, especially on YouTube or whatever. So that's why I'm excited for Crypticon, because we're gonna do it old school.
What if Devon Sawa goes there and I could get him on camera and I could be like, "Good Devon, I wanted to suck your dick and you weren't there for me whenever I needed you the most. That fucking whore out."
You know what though? It is actually it's funny you say that. It's funny you say that because I was trying to think of new things we could do, and with Zach gonna be there, I was thinking maybe we could have Zach do like a Tom Green shtick where you go up to people and harass them.
Yes.
And you say some crazy stuff like, "Devon Sawa, your ball Sawa, I want to suck your dick."
Okay, you need to do it to Jake Busey because he's gonna be there.
Jake fucking Busey, I would suck his dick. You ever see fucking The Hitcher 2 with Jake Busey?
You know what's so funny is I think that would go over really well if that was your whole shtick, was you trying to get these like shotgun interviews with people where you're just asking them if maybe you ask a couple of like really fast in your troll voice questions, but then you slip in, "Would you let me suck your dick?" And you make it really awkward really fast. And literally, I don't expect any of those to go very long, obviously. And then it literally just becomes like a compilation video of all these people you're trying to get to suck your dick.
Yeah, what if nowadays, though, they're like, "Oh, fuck, this guy's sexually harassing me. Put him in jail."
No, there's tons of troll interviewers that have a character on YouTube and stuff that have channels. I think it'd be funny. I'd like to do the real thing, though. I want to get... we'll have
actually suck his dick.
No, yeah, the real thing.
They'd probably try to kick us out because we have a table at the convention.
Well, so maybe we could work out something to where they have to be someone that's cool, right? We'd have to gauge them if they're cool. Right? That's why you butter them up with a few like phony questions, and you obviously are going to be like in a troll persona. No one's really going to think you're being dead serious. And like I wouldn't go up and do that to someone like Herschel, right, from The Walking Dead. Some old man. I know he's dead. R.I.P.
He's dead. Dude.
He's R.I.P. Then definitely don't do it to him.
Well, then he definitely won't fucking mind if I ask him that.
But for example, if Pauly Shore was at a convention, I think Pauly could take it, right?
What if he ruined our dreams? We fucking go up trying to do that. He gets all fucking defensive. Like, yeah, that's not funny. Get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck away from me, fatso.
Would it dude, that would make it worth it if he called you fatso and he called you bruh? Whatever.
Yeah, I would have to. I'd come home in a fucking fiery rage, crying and fucking tearing off all my Poly posters and shit. Like fucking Ragman.
He already, yeah. Dude, it always breaks my heart when he's ripping all that cool shit off his walls and Trick or Treat. Like, dude, that's so cool. Like, oh no, there goes the Anthrax poster. No, not the Megadeth poster.
Oh, that'd be awesome if Ragman was there, man.
No. What I was gonna say though is, I think Pauly Shore already exceeded What Your Wildest Dreams, right? That voice bit he left us was great. That was pure Pauly, right? He called us homosexuals.
Exactly.
But no, anyway, I think that would be a cool idea to kick around. I think you guys out there would love a video compilation of short, like Tom Green-esque interviews of Zach trolling the right people, obviously. And who knows? I mean, maybe if it was like on a Sunday at the end of it, then maybe you could risk pissing somebody off because we're leaving anyway. It's not a big deal. But
what if Tom Green himself is there?
You know what's funny is I think he would have the least sense of humor of them all because sometimes he seems like a stick in the mud. Right? About people pranking his ass. But no, what I was going to say is I want to go old school. Besides that, I want to kick around an idea like that with Zach. But I'm looking forward to having either Zach or Riverman as my cameraman, my Kenny the cameraman, and I'll go around and try and do shotgun interviews. And that I enjoy because it's a lot of fun because you don't really have to be pressured to think of real questions or try and put together a long form interview. No, it's a shotgun interview, man. You ask a couple of questions that'll get them talking for 5 minutes and you call it a day. You know, there's gonna be a lot of Nightmare on Elm Street alumni there. There's gonna be Jake Busey of all fucking things.
Heather Langenkamp's there.
Yeah, no, I'd love to talk to her, man. And my mission is Joe Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And Joe Bob is so approachable. He seems like the
Here, let me pull up the guests for him. Joe Bob, Tom Savini, Bill Moseley, Sid Haig, Michael Berryman, Kane Hodder, Daniel Harris, the kid that was in Halloween, the remake.
Yeah, that ugly kid.
Heather Langenkamp, Dee Wallace from Critters.
Which reminds me, by the way, what'd you think? Did you ever watch that new Halloween movie, Riverman?
No, I don't watch that yet. It hasn't popped up on the Vudu, man.
It didn't share for some reason. I'm stupid. But
Keith David's gonna be there too. So
Frank of the Beans, dude.
Yeah,
I like Keith David.
Who's Tom Morga? He's Army of Darkness, Halloween 4, Child's Play 3. I don't remember him, dude.
Oh, I think I know. Isn't that the guy who played the guy at the beginning of Halloween 4, where he's giving you all the exposition about Michael Myers in Part 2 and how he didn't die?
I don't remember.
I think Tom Morgan, did he play like Jason in one of them?
Oh, I don't know.
Friday the 13th 5, New Beginning.
Yeah, he played Jason in that.
No, what I was going to say is this will give me a great opportunity to go up and apologize to Michael Berryman for calling him a peanut head. And he'll be like, you called me a what? And I'll be like, oh, that's right.
He won't even know, yeah.
It's supposed to be Sid Haig's birthday, too, so I guess they're having like some like special thing for his birthday.
We'll have to bring him a dank-ass sandwich to eat while we're taking pictures with him.
And he's going to be showing his new movie. It's like some like pothead cannabis movie or something. They're going to be showing it.
Sounds like a winner.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is if I can get 5 minutes to talk with Sid Haig, I'll bring him a sandwich and I'll purposely ask him, will you eat this while I'm asking you questions? Just eat the sandwich. That'd be great, man.
A piece of lettuce hanging out of his mouth, dude.
Yeah, be as much of a fucking disgusting ingrate as possible on camera, please. I want it.
Well, if it's like, what'd you put in this? I don't know. You trying to fucking knock me out, take me back to your sex dungeon?
No, but I think Bill Moseley seems to be a really approachable person, so I'd like to try and get him.
He's a nice guy, yeah.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. And then, but Joe Bob Briggs, I think he's basically emceeing it like John Cassier did that last time, you know? where he's kind of doing the announcements and stuff too. Dude, he's my number one. Yeah, we got to do Tom Savini. We have to have part 2 of that. In fact, if we do try and do a Tom Green-esque thing, it's got to be with him. Maybe he'll be our guinea pig.
Yeah.
See, what if I get there and I'm all fucking bashful and I can't do this shit? What if...
I have a feeling you will be.
Yeah, fuck. See, that's one of those things. Like, what if like people that listen to the show go there, they meet me, and like, oh, he barely talked to me. He's a fucking dick. But I don't talk that often in real life.
Well,
it'll be great if Tom Savini's a dick. I hope he's a dick because he's a piece of shit.
Dude, I think he's got a pretty good batting average. You know, I think there's a good chance. I mean, the thing is even that day, that weekend, when he should have been in a good mood because he had fucking trim all over him, you know? He should have been, but no, it just made him more irritated and more of an asshole, right?
Yeah, you were getting in his way. He's like, fucking, I'm trying to score with this chick.
You know who else was kind of a trip to, I wish someone I think would be fun to troll. He's not there this year, but Charles Band, you know, and all the shit he tries to hawk, you know.
You bought some of his shit, dude.
It was a great deal.
Yes.
Imagine going up to him and be like, hey, fucking Charles, you bring any more of those reprinted big boxes? Can I have one?
What are you going to say to Danielle Harris, Zach? Because she's going to be there.
I'll interview Danielle. I'll grab Danielle. I'll try and get her.
No, Zach can, because he's got to do something crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what. Zach would be so shy around a real girl. Like, he could probably, if anything... You know, what I mean is, if he can ever pull out that troll shtick, it would be to guys. But I think if he was in front of like Danielle Harris, he wouldn't be able to say, "Would you suck my dick, though?" He wouldn't say that to no.
Yeah, that would get me in trouble if I said to a chick.
Well, these days and age, man, a guy might fucking rat you out too, like sexually harass.
Exactly.
No, but I'll handle all that real stuff. I don't mind. I'm not shy. But no. So, but my number one is Joe Bob, and I'm glad he's as approachable as he is, because I think he'd be a blast to chat with. I think he'll be popular though, man. I think on the busy days there's always gonna be a lot of people trying to chat him up though, you know, just because
his fucking new series weekly double feature starts soon.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Even better is you get to talk to you come up there, you get to talk to Riverman's wife, and you get to talk to Aaron's mom. I mean, those are the best two people right there. I mean, you'll enjoy talking to them.
My mom is like,
oh yeah.
My mom's like the blackest white woman in the world, and I don't know what that even means. Like, she's not ghetto or anything, but just she's got this southern drawl. She reminds me of every mom on every like black comedy, like Craig's mom.
That's what I said, dude. Remember, she was mad at me for saying that.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I said she reminded me of some like mom from a black comedy. I don't remember what lady I said, but she was mad about it.
It's like, I thought hurricane season was over. You know, she's just like that kind of. She just gets sassy when she drinks a little bit. Like, her southern accent gets real thick, and but it's the same thing. Like, some leftover pork chops, cook it up. It's kind of the same old thing, and then she'll be fucking eating it herself. That's literally what my mom would have did growing up, right? And my mom literally has told me a time or two to put some water on it. It won't hurt you. Right? And you know what?
You ever try that? You ever try eating cereal with water?
Yeah, it's terrible. And you know what my mom also did? She also did the make it enough.
Oh, yeah, you used to tell me that.
She would send us to like the corner store, like, go buy me a pack of cigarettes. And I'd be like, this ain't enough. And she'd literally be like, make it enough. Like, damn. What the fuck? It was little...
My mom never asked, like, my mom stopped smoking, like, when I was, I don't know, in 7th grade, something like that. She never asked me to buy her cigarettes.
It would have been funny if, like, my dad did the same thing, and he'd be like, go buy me a pack of condoms from the corner store, make it enough. Mm-hmm. Like, no, my dad never used condoms. You know how big my family is? But, yeah, no, my mom's a funny person. It's really funny, but yeah, it'll be a fun time, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to getting a weekend's worth of great content. And like I said, I hope we have a good talk with Joe Bob, but also we're going to take advantage, and we have to do some live podcast action, right? We'll make sure we have some gear set up. Zach, to be honest with you, at a convention, that's I mean, I don't know how loud it's going to be at this type of convention, but that's where you want a mic like this, the one I'm talking. You want like a dynamic mic because those fucking, you know how those floors get real noisy? So that's where we might have to like think about some options and alternatives there. But
And the old school listeners, Lush is probably going to be there too if you guys want to talk to Lush.
you want a showdown? No, dude, well, are we going to have...
He's got movies on fucking Prime we could watch and do commentaries for. There's one where he's the actor in it, the main actor.
They have that on Prime?
Yeah, it was.
I'd rather not promote that bullshit, personally.
Why the fuck not? He was alumni. He was in this.
Yeah, he sucks, but...
We could make fun of it.
No, I don't know. Probably just avoid him, but, I mean...
Put the past behind you.
You got to put you behind and you past. No, it's all right. I'm good.
I dig up the past and fuck the past.
That's exactly what it is. That he's so far in the past that I'm not even going to acknowledge it, you know? So it's like...
You just did. You brought him up.
I didn't. River did, fucker.
No, I think you did. I think Riverman was trying to tell you to not bring him up, and then you did. See, I think you just remembering it wrong.
Mandela effect. No, but yeah, you know, technically, Lush will be there, man. If you guys want to go there and chat him up, if you guys listened to the show back in the day, I don't know how many listeners we got from that first season, you know, per se of Behind the Mask or not, but I mean, whatever, if you do. But there's no trace of those episodes on YouTube, you know? Those are all somewhere buried in, they're not even on iTunes, are they?
Yes, you ask me that all the fucking time. Why would they not be there?
They are?
They're still on there, yes.
Oh, God.
So you guys go check out Singapore Sling episode 1 from like fucking 20 years ago, and you'll get a taste. You get a taste of the classic original beta format where we were still a work in progress, where I have my metal segment and Lush is on there being...
When he was called fucking Red Rocket. That's the dog shit.
You need to bring that shit back, dude.
We'll do a special collector's edition podcast during the commentary. We'll do a live commentary where I will return as Red Rocket.
Exactly.
But no.
Oh, Red Rocket. That's great.
It'll be live and it'll be a lot of fun, and hopefully get maybe we can pull some people in, right, to just chat and ask questions and shit, but we'll have to do that. That'll be so much fun. Just, you know, there's no reason why we can't.
I can't even fucking imagine being this character while people are there watching me.
Well, you're gonna well, we wouldn't do it when we first get there. Trust me. You'll open up after you've been there for 24 hours, and you'll kind of warm up to everything.
How am I gonna fucking drop like pedophilia jokes while people are seeing me?
You know what though? It wouldn't be the absolute end of the world if you just dropped the fucking shtick while we're there. It's not like that's a death knell, right? That's not bad.
What shtick? What's the shtick you speak of?
I don't know.
You remember when we did that, or you did that giveaway for the Walking Dead box?
Uh-huh.
Louis Anderson won the Walking Dead box, dude.
All right. Yeah, I know.
It's a girl that looked like Louis Anderson, and we...
she was nice.
I don't know, we had it on video. She's a really nice gal. But it was hysterical, man.
Ashley Banks from... she did the drawing from... what's that fucking movie? Monster Squad.
Yeah, she did the drawing. And I think you raised, like, I don't know, like $200-300 for this Walking Dead thing.
More.
And the girl must have put like $75 in tickets, raffle tickets or whatever.
I don't think she did. I think she just put in one.
No way, dude. She was obsessed with Walking Dead. She was wearing all the Walking Dead shit.
Yeah, we raised more than that. It was more than a couple $100, but it was cool.
Well, you did, not me.
I thought hurricane season was over. I know it was mine. Well, we're gonna do some cool stuff. We'll come up with some ideas. We'll have some shirts and stuff like that. It'll be a good time. So hopefully, some of you folks will come on down. And if that proves to be a lot of fun and it becomes worthwhile, I'd like to do more of those. Like I said, we have a big convention here in Phoenix, and that'd be easy for me to do. Right? I don't even have to fucking travel or, bring anything.
Hey, look, we're seeing the liquor. They called him Clint on set, I guess, for some reason.
Look at that. That looks terrible. That looks like the show Reboot. You remember that? That looks like the Donkey Kong Country animated series.
It's horrible.
Just stop shitting on it. It looked amazing.
The video games look way better.
Which reminds me, have you played the Resident Evil 2 remake, RIVERMAN?
No, I haven't. I've seen a lot of clips of it, trailers, all that. I haven't played it. I did pick up which one was that? The Resident Evil where you're in the house. The
7.
No, it's not 7, is it?
The original, the remake.
It's 7.
Is that 7?
Yeah, it's 7.
Yeah. I've been playing.
The
playing
Mansion?
that. No, Resident Evil 7 on PS4.
The first person one. Yeah.
I actually like it. I think it's pretty solid, man. I'm pleasantly surprised.
Aaron can't play because he's got like a soy boy stomach. He gets sick.
It is creepy, man. It's a creepy game. I give him that.
No, I get motion sickness though. It's what it is from the first person and the 60 frames per second. That's why I haven't played the Doom port for the Switch yet, but I have a feeling I would like the frames per second downgrade on it because something about 60 frames per second and a first person shooter just makes me nauseous. Like tone that down to 30.
Oh, you pussy. You pussy.
Kind of wrapping up the whole talk with Casey Crypticon, though. I do hope Adrian Mendoza comes down so he can sleep with Aaron in one of the beds.
And me.
And Zach.
The fuck are you?
We gotta fuck like stone test buddies.
Hey, you can leave that to Zach, man. Don't fucking dox me and put me in that shit.
We're gonna fuck all night. I'm gonna fuck Aaron and Adrian can fuck me.
No. So, see, Zach wants to be a part of it, so just include him. I'll be everybody's friend. I promise. Friend.
You can get Tom Savini back to the motel room.
Nah, dude. Adrian Mendoza is going to come up to you like in Major Pain, and he's going to be like, because you have the nicest tits.
I do.
Oh, Major Pain is on fucking Prime, by the way. They added some shit.
I've been wanting to do Major Pain.
I got the biggest tits out of all 3 of you. Or all 2 of you.
Hey, 6 Degrees of Michael Myers, fucking Nick Castle directed Major Pain. Mind blown.
No, I like that. I like that scene. Well, I got to wear the dress. Because you have the biggest tits.
That had fucking Troy in it. We gotta do that movie, too.
Yeah, it does. He called him a freckle-faced cartoon.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
This movie's still happening, by the way.
This movie's a pile of shit. Who suggested this?
Yeah, we gotta dox him. We gotta dog drop him, release his fucking info. Fucking Steven Crowder's in this piece of shit.
Steven Crowder.
You ever see that Steven Crowder movie his brother made?
No,
Apparently it's a fucking train wreck.
Who is Steven Crowder? Pardon my ignorance.
He's some right-wing retard.
Okay.
It's funny.
That's what I thought it was.
But he was on Arthur. But yeah, he was in this movie where they just sit around and talk at like fucking restaurants and shit. It's pretty dog.
Speaking of Arthur, Riverman, you want your mind blown right now?
What?
That kid, the main kid from the I'm Cold episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah.
That's Arthur.
What do you mean, Arthur?
That was the kid that played Arthur?
Yeah, okay, so not the I'm Cold ghost, but remember Melissa Joan Hart and the brother or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the brother.
The kid, the main kid that's alive, not the ghost. He was the same guy that played Arthur's voice. And it just...
Oh, really?
If you watch that episode, he sounds...
Arthur the cartoon, the kid's cartoon?
No, Dudley Moore Arthur, yeah. Arthur the cartoon.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
And he sounds just like him. I mean, it's so funny. But the more you know.
That guy is dead as fuck.
Yeah, just like my attention.
Yeah.
So back to what I originally said, I got sidetracked. Would you Mila Jovovich?
I never really thought she was that attractive. Not my type. I'm not saying she's unattractive by any stretch. She's just not.
I don't think she is either.
I always thought the same thing.
She's not, dude.
I think she's okay.
Looks like a man, dude.
I don't think she looks like a man. That's a little cruel.
Oh, look at those broad shoulders, dude.
Okay. Yeah, that is a turnoff, man, where you see sometimes you see chicks in the gym that are fit, but then they develop broad shoulders. And it's just like, whenever their shoulders are bigger than their like waists, I don't know. More power to them, but I don't find
more neck muscles than I do.
I'm not talking about like that. Not Starla. Not that fucking jacked. What is that? Diedrich Bader and what's that? Napoleon Dynamite? Starla?
It's like China doll.
That's gross, dude. She's got acne on her ass. That's what Howard Stern said from her porn.
That's like the least disgusting thing on her body is her acne ass.
She is not alive anymore, so don't talk.
I can't believe Triple H used to rail that. I mean, when you have that much muscle, didn't he feel like he was pounding another guy's muscly ass? Right?
Of course.
That's the point. That was the attraction.
Is he actually married to Stephanie McMahon?
He has been for years, yeah. But he was serious with Chyna back in the day, which is weird. That's just, she's great. She even had, Chyna was at that band camp concert you and I went to way back in the day.
Really?
Yeah. She was doing like a signing. She was there. She was at the band camp.
Oh.
Right?
Did she sign out with her fucking huge ass clit?
That's what Howard Stern said. She had the biggest clit. It was.
She dips her clit in ink and signs her autograph.
It was basically like a small dick.
Oh.
That's gross.
I'd suck on that shit.
Yeah. See, Zach's not speaking ill of the dead. He's complimenting her, so he's offsetting the things that we're saying. But it's been a while, so. But R.I.P.
She's got fucking 5 pounds of dangling meat.
So who's next? Let's talk shit on Mini-Me. He dead too.
And Vern Troyer.
No, they're both Surreal Life alumni. Oh man, I wonder what that means for Corey Feldman. He's also a Surreal Life alumni.
He's the zombie king.
Oh, speaking of Corey Feldman, I was listening to Corey Feldman today at work, dude.
The music, you weirdo.
Yeah, the music. And then I was actually...
Millennium! Okay.
Ascension Millennium.
Did your coworkers want to beat the fuck out of you?
No, I have my headphones in. I can't let anybody know most of that shit.
Isn't it weird? What happened to him, man? He like came out of nowhere with a weird 5 minutes of fame again, using all that exploitation of the child molesting thing. He was on Today's Show.
He's off the grid now. The fucking Illuminati's after him. They stabbed him.
Then he just went off the grid. He went off. They poked him with and he's just absolutely gone now again. It blows me away.
Could this be the same fucking umbrella facility fucking train that they escape in part 2? I think so, baby.
That looks horrible.
This whole movie looks horrible.
Yeah, this movie's amazing.
No, but seriously, what happened to Corey Feldman's documentary that was supposed to expose Hollywood that he raised all that money for?
Well, he was shooting a documentary when I went to the concert, dude, and that never came out.
It was a long time ago, I know.
What? Long time ago. It was only 2 years ago, my friend.
It's gonna be the bonus disc of the fucking special edition of Angelic to the Core, or whatever the fuck it's called. It's got 8 bonus tracks on it, plus a DVD.
Did he bring out a little camcorder and he do that thing where he's like, I want you guys all to go fucking nuts. It's gonna be on the home video, y'all. Ooh. Never came. Some people do that.
Okay, he was in USA Today a month ago. Corey Feldman. Michael Jackson accusations could be true, but that's not the guy I knew.
Oh, wow. He actually said they hypothetically could be true. Like, I've never even seen him give an inch on that, right? He's always been like, no, he was great. He was great.
Well, that's in USA Today. For
him to actually say, you know what? He's probably saying that because he doesn't want, in this era, discredit people that are claiming to be victims, you know? He's probably being as in the middle and bipartisan as he can.
If he wanted to be fucking skeptical and fucking open-minded, he would say, nothing like that happened with me, but I'm not with them every day. Anything's possible.
I just think if it's true, like, there's that new documentary. What do you guys think about that Michael Jackson documentary, by the way? Do you think it's in poor taste because he's been dead for so long? Or do you think if it's true, he deserves to get drugged through the mud? Or do you...
Didn't even fucking know what's happening.
Yeah, Riverman, you know about that, right?
Yeah, I heard about that HBO, that they're coming out with that, yeah.
And that's why they were asking Corey Feldman about it, I guarantee you. But, so basically...
No, I think that's fine. I mean, I still love his music. I still think he's the king of pop, man. He's great. But...
Yeah, but the thing is you can no longer convict him. He's dead, right?
Yeah.
So even if you watch a documentary like that and you're completely sold, it's still a documentary that's going to be directed one-sided, whether it's true or not, right? And so even if you buy into it, he can't be convicted. So it's just one of those weird places where...
See, they need to just let us know. Like, apparently, one of the kids described his penis. How good was his? You know, I mean, I could picture a penis. Oh, it had a shaft and a head. That's easy. But like maybe he had fucking he drew pictures on it. The kid knew about it. Maybe he knew about that fucking weird wart he had on his fucking cockhead that just it hit your fucking G spot just right. See, if that's that's the case, then he had to have done it, unless he just showed his cock to kids.
I don't know. So hypothetically, if Michael Jackson really did do it, because this documentary centers around two kids that came together, and don't say anything, Zach. I didn't mean to word it like that, but two kids that are working together that had relationships with Michael Jackson at different times, and they both describe that at each one of their respective periods as his friend, they were treated like cream of the crop, top shelf, right? But then once they got a little bit older, the less Michael Jackson cared about him, right? And he would move on to other kids. That would be his favorite buddies. Yeah. And
he's like, you grew up too quick.
Well, the stories.
You told me you never grow up. You're like Peter Pan. You grew up. You lied to me. You ignorant.
You're gonna get that person mad at us that commented on the Good Son commentary.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
What did that guy say?
It was a female, but it was so funny. She got offended because we went straight to Michael Jackson pedophile jokes because it was a Mac movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. I assume it was Zach, right? But
we love Michael Jackson, even though he could be.
Well, but the thing is,
could have been.
I'm not saying people aren't capable of lying and making up tall tales, but if you listen to the stories that these two guys tell, they're pretty harrowing, man. They're pretty vivid and detailed. I'm not saying they can't be made up, but they're pretty hard to listen to regardless. And I just think you like his music, but let's say he was still alive and he legit got convicted and the evidence was overwhelming and he got tried in a court of law. Riverman, you could not still listen to his music, could you? I couldn't if you knew he was doing fucking heinous shit.
How would that make me want to listen to it?
All right.
I don't know. I don't want to think about that.
It would bring new light and context on Heal the World. Save it for our children. And the kids are singing at the end of the song, you know?
Hell yeah.
And they're like crying. But
no, I bet they were crying. That's why, baby.
I don't know, man. I mean, the thing, you know where Michael Jackson benefited from? He benefited by that scandal not happening today, right? So even when the second scandal happened, that was still like in 2001. If that happened today, man, it'd be like R. Kelly, right? R. Kelly was bulletproof for fucking 25 years until we kind of got into this Me Too generation where now suddenly people are paying attention to all the weird shit that everybody knew he's been up to for, why was R. Kelly so bulletproof for so long?
Because he wrote I Believe I Can Fly. That's the greatest song ever written.
Space Jam.
Yeah, it is a good song.
Part of the greatest movie ever written, too. Space Jam, a dank fucking movie.
Are you interested in Space Jam 2, which is officially, they got a film date for that, or you could care less?
I don't fucking care.
I'll watch it when it comes out on DVD.
LeBron? Oh, DVD. See?
Oh, yeah, we can see the Gianny.
Yeah, you see some Gianny. I just thought that was interesting. I'd never seen it like that on a theater screen before.
Let me have them guts. Jovovich.
Yeah, no, I mean, not my type.
That haircut's doing it for me.
So this is the end of the movie, and she wakes up. I don't even know how she passed out, but she's going to go out into the city and see that everything is just kind of eradicated, right? She's alone.
Yeah, and then it finally ends. It releases us from its fucking grip. Its fucking camel clutch.
It's the best ending ever. Just the fact that it exists. The end is here.
Are you, do you have to read comments or something, or what?
Oh, dude, yeah. You know what? I guess I can look at you. You're trying to rush us, man. He's like, let's get the...
I'll go ahead and mention that this is probably going to debut the same week that Cinema Enema debuts.
Yeah, that's cool. Well...
Baby.
Yeah, on that topic, so we're going to do the Cinema Animas monthly, and yeah, I imagine it's going to be on that same week because I'm leaving. I'm going to be in Europe for a few weeks, so I imagine you're going to drop Cinema Anima to correspond with...
It's because you're a fucking globalist, communist, fucking Muslim atheist, too. Just like Obama.
Well, it'll work out to where by the time I get back, we'll be ready to record episode 2 and drop that probably immediately. That way they're a month apart.
Mm-hmm.
It's up however you want to do it.
You're gonna love Happiness. It's a dog film.
Yeah, just as long as we can keep it consistent. That's what we want to do and keep them monthly. So I'm going to pull up the comments here because we have a slew of them because you guys are awesome. You guys are making us very happy with these. So let me see what I got here.
Anybody send me their dick measurements yet?
No, no, man. Let's see here.
I was gonna say though, since this is coming out at the same time, I fucking watched the fucking Blade Runner 2040, 2048. I think that's like the runtime of the movie in the title. I stole that joke, but yeah, I liked it more than the first one.
Oh, you actually watched it?
Yeah.
All right. Is it streaming anywhere? Because now I feel like I should watch it.
No, it's not. I just got it and watched it.
So let me go ahead and read a comment here. We got from our boy David Capper. He authored and performed the Revival House theme as of right now, right? So you can hear that at the end of the episode.
Dog fucking theme.
It's cool stuff, man. We appreciate that greatly. Anyway, he commented on The Pest. He says, 90s comedies make for interesting commentaries because of their political incorrectness, especially in today's media climate. I'm sure the first Ace Ventura films use a Sean Young as a trans woman would be a hot-button Twitter topic had Jim Carrey made the film in 2018. That being said, I don't actually own this movie, so I just listened to your commentary while preparing my taxes. Yeah, I know, super exciting. I'm just a regular pimp gangsta, slapping hoes and sorting receipts, but it was interesting to hear you guys describe the film humor. It just sounds like something you couldn't get away with nowadays, and that's interesting, especially from a movie that looks like, at least from the trailer, like a harmless B-roll from an old Smash Mouth video. Side note, I just watched Training Day by Antoine Fuqua. An interesting suggestion for y'all. For the first time recently, he says, and holy cow, that is proof that late 90s, early 2000s movies are now a slightly dated subgenre, just with its use of color saturation, rap instrumental cues, music video style editing, liberal use of calling Ethan Hawke the N-word, and Denzel's overacting. Films from this era make for interesting lookbacks. Well done. Hey, I gotta stop you right there. I agree. I think of movies like Gone in 60 Seconds where they have that gross saturated look. I don't know. I hate that. I hated it. Anyway, he says, P.S. Honored to provide closing music for you. I'll have to cook up some Mo tunes soon. D. The Musician Magician. He signed off.
The musician, he's our fucking boy. I coined him the sex magician because it's a tongue twister for me.
I forgot Slipknot had the song at the end of this.
Yeah, they did My Plague. It was a remix version.
Yeah, he re-recorded the fucking lyrics so that there were no cuss words, and the movie ended up coming out rated R anyway.
Yeah, it's so stupid. On our Are You Afraid of the Dark, the Tale of the Ghastly Grinner commentary, David Capper, you return for this one, and you say, ah, yes, Canuck kid horror child suspense, the genre that happens when country's population of female singer-songwriters are tougher than the prime minister. My younger brother watched the show religiously with all his friends and genuinely found it spooky. I was too old and had already moved on. I'm going to wait till Zach's done pissing. You know, he makes a point to do this when I'm reading questions. Riverman, he's pissing in a bottle right now.
It sounds like lemonade or something, dude. He's like pouring out lemonade or something.
No, he makes it a thing. This is his new thing where he wants to piss in a bottle, and he does it when I'm reading questions.
That's another one I had to stop.
Yeah, good. I'm glad. I hope it fucking stings. So, but why do you... But you know you do that on purpose.
I just accidentally pissed a little bit on the keyboard.
I'm glad. But I'm saying you do that on purpose, though. You always do it when I'm asking questions. But anyway... David Capper, I apologize for Zach's unprofessionalism. Anyway, he says, my younger brother watched the show religiously with all of his friends and generally found it spooky. I was too old and had already moved on to criticizing Friday the 13th sequels, as older brothers do. I'm pretty sure I remember you guys doing the commentary for Friday the 13th, the series, or at least the pilot episode. That was a really Canadian show as well. Only a nation where curling is a thing can there be a program about a brother and sister team that inherit a haunted antique store in downtown Toronto and somehow keep it open for business. It's because Canadians are so nice. Even if you sold us an old haunted lantern that only illuminates the spirits of the wrongfully deceased, would we not return it and probably offer the ghost coffee and a honey cruller? Other crazy Canadian offerings. Please YouTube these examples. They're hilarious. He says, The Littlest Hobo. It's a show about a homeless German shepherd that wandered about Canada from province to province, solving crimes and reuniting runaways with their parents. No joke, that was a show. Adderley, he says, it's a cop drama about a one-armed detective that thwarted bank robberies and the Canadian mob. And also, which I've heard of this one, David, you can't do that on television. We had that here in the States. This one's pretty dope. It was a slightly raunchy 80s after-school comedy aimed at kids 8 to 14 that dealt with potty humor, dumbass teachers, and parents just not understanding. The show basically built Nickelodeon stateside through syndication, and in a weird way is still kind of funny. Funny commentary, guys. A lot of fun. Thanks for the short... No, sorry. He likes the short format, too. Yeah, those short ones are really refreshing to do. I know we had You Can't Do That on Television. I remember that. It was... I think that was still going on in syndication. I remember it all the way up until like 92, 93, and then it stopped getting aired on Nickelodeon.
Mm-hmm.
I never saw it.
It had Alanis Morissette in it.
It was great, man. I loved it.
Hey, Alanis Morissette, she was fucking Uncle Joey.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah. You ought to know.
He was robbing that cradle.
The only skit I remember from that show, because like I said, my memory's foggy on it, was the... not the shooting gallery. What's the fucking thing? Where they lined somebody up to shoot them.
Slime?
No, where someone's being executed and they line a whole bunch of people up and one of them's loaded and the rest of them aren't. They used to do that back in the old days.
Firing squad.
Yeah, firing squad. There was an old skit with a firing squad, which is actually pretty adult for a show like that.
Pretty donk.
Also on the Ghastly Grinner episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark, Nicholas Hall, our boy, he says, "My bad, I forgot the preface. I watched the second." He's referring to his comment from the previous commentary. He said he forgot to preface, "I watched the second Michael Bay movie filmed in Buffalo, New York." So that's still cool. Not as cool as like the original Turtles, but you get a pass, man. The original Turtles is great. A Mutineer, I think he's a new commenter. Last week he had been seen going through our archives and dropping us tons of comments on all the old stuff. So thank you for continuing to check out our stuff, and hopefully you're liking all the new stuff you're finding. He says, with Tales from the Dark Side, I think they just reran the good ones until you forgot about the bad ones. That's even kind of true for Twilight Zone, though. Except when Dark Side was bad, it was really bad. I think you're onto something there, because Tales from the Dark Side, man, there were some stinkers. There really is. And I didn't really notice that until I got older and I rewatched the series. I
like the stinkers, man. I love Tales from the Dark Side so much, man. It's fucking great.
I do too, and I used to watch it on syndication when I was like a kid, and I liked them all, but I rewatched the whole series in the last 5 years, and I noticed some stinkers, man. Like, ugh.
Yeah, there is. But yeah, they're all on Shudder, I think. That's where I watched them all, man. They're fucking great.
Are they on Shudder? Okay.
Yeah.
That show Channel Zero that people were raving about recently got on there too. I want to watch that.
Hey, how appropriate for you to be on this episode, River. Somebody commented on your old school Grizzly video review.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that.
So this is by a listener by the name of 70s Girl, right? So River pulls in the female demo. Good job.
I think she's got a huge bush.
Oh,
jeez.
You're about to, he's about to eliminate the little bit of a demo we had. But anyway, she goes, "This movie was made for $750,000 and went on to grossing $39 million. It was the highest grossing independent film of all time until Halloween came out in 1978. The female ranger is Victoria Lynn Johnson, who became the 1977 Penthouse Pet of the Year." Dropping some fact bombs on you, River.
Hell yeah, which reminds me, I want to watch The People versus Larry Flint tonight. We want to watch that.
Okay.
I do love the animal exploitation films. I really liked Grizzly. I thought it's great. So people check it out, if you're into that shit. It's I think I talked about it in the actual review. It's a Saturday afternoon movie to watch. Mm. It's not really one that you're you're planning your whole night around. Let's just say that.
I saw the version that had the fucking riff tracks on it. It was on Prime.
Mm.
That'd be fun, man. Todd or Riverman, I wish you would do a video review like this again.
Hey, if she tells me what she wants me to review, I will review it. So let me know.
Well, how about I tell you something to review? Will you do it? Dude, I think people would respond to it because we have the base now, and something like this, like a 5-minute review. You just sitting in your computer with you can pull out the old cowboy hat if you still got it. You can even do the same shitty Windows Movie Maker fucking filter. It would be funny, but anyway, on the Are You Afraid of the Dark Ghastly Grinner as well, we have William Lowry. He says, I remember all the hubbub surrounding Tales from the Crypt revival when it was originally announced. I think the reason it got scrapped was due to legal issues, but reviving it and not having the Crypt Keeper as the host would have been a big mistake. Also, I'm going to be getting a microphone this weekend to start recording audio commentaries with. I'm really excited, and I'll let y'all know when the first one goes up.
Fuck yeah.
I'm excited, man.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully we've played a small part in inspiring you. Not that you didn't have those ambitions prior, but yeah. I'm glad to see you've been talking about this in messages for a while now that you were going to get this going and start it up. So yeah, let us know for sure and we'll check it out. I'm looking forward to it. And you know what? Let's end on a Mendoza because we have to have an Omega in here. And he simply says in response to Ghastly Grinner, great commentary. Thank you, Mendoza. You're great. You're a great commentary. And Zach clearly wants to, I guess, fuck you at the convention. So that
fuck yeah.
But anyway, thank you guys, everybody, for listening as usual. And all you new listeners out there, if you guys want to leave comments or suggestions or anything like that, or questions, about whatever, it doesn't have to be about a film. It could be about whatever you want. What makes Zach, you can start there. Ask it. We'll address this stuff on the show and we'll give you props there. And also, if you guys are finding us on the likes of YouTube, make sure you're clicking the links in the description below that and it'll take you over to our, Apple Podcast link, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, basically any podcast format you want. And I suggest you subscribe to us there because those episodes typically go up earlier. They're the superior versions if you ask me. And, it just means a whole lot to us if you went over there and left a 5-star review or just a 5-star rating, rather, if you don't want to leave a whole review. And if you did that and came back to YouTube, that would still be awesome. I don't really care, but share us with your friends, your family, your grandparents, your pets. Revival House is for everybody. One love, right? Riverman, you're not on very much, man. Is there anything you want to address to the people?
I had a great time. Let's just say that. And, now that football season's over, I hope I can come on more. So you guys just let me know.
Yeah.
I'm just glad you stayed awake this time.
We did get a fucking recommendation for you to join us and we could do fucking Land of the Dead.
Yeah, I'll do that.
That would be a good one to talk about because there is a lot to talk about with Land of the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of stuff to it. And you know what's funny? You know what's better than Land of the Dead itself? The featurette of Land of the Dead. Like I genuinely enjoyed that. The one that was it was like a documentary by Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright.
Hell yeah.
That's more fun than the movie.
I got emotional over just remembering that George Romero is actually dead. Like, yeah. I mean, it's hard to believe, It's like,
isn't that a funny thing that you're the one that turned me on to all that and he was your guy and I'm the only one that's met him out of the two of us?
I know, right?
Isn't that kind of fucked up?
Hey.
Yeah, if I were you, I would kill fucking Aaron in a fit of rage.
Yeah.
See, I would schedule a whole fucking convention meetup around it and then kill him, whatever I have right at the fucking, right where he least expects it.
That's a good place to...
See, that if I were you, I'd be thinking that right now.
That's a pretty good place to end, I think, with a threat. So, no, but thank you guys. Yeah, let's rally around, leave River some love. Let's give him some reason to come back and want to record with us again. And Zach, do you want to end with anything? Do you have anything you'd like to pitch? What about a new Mac and Zach or anything like that?
We were going to record a new episode this Sunday, but some fucking retard has to leave town for a long time.
Why do you got to wait for me?
Yeah, because he was going to be on there. It was going to be Dog.
Well, then do a different movie for now.
How about you do a different movie? How about you fucking reschedule your trip for Mac and Zach? Take one for the team.
Are you still going to record Mac and Zach Sunday, though?
I don't know.
You should.
Depends on if Mac wants to.
Oh, well, Mac wants to. Regardless, though, you can catch the Mac and Zach Save the World episodes on our feed. Zach should be dropping those every Monday, even if it's a classic Vault episode. There's a lot of good one of those. There's Deep End with myself. Those are up there as well. We've got the Cinema Enema, like Zach just said, that is just debuted along with this week. So check that out. We did Blade Runner: The Final Cut. Old school podcast. I think you guys are going to like that. I think River would like it too. So I think you should listen to Cinema Enema, River, and then, see if that sparks a fire in your ass to maybe join us on one of those.
I'd like to join you on one of those.
Those are really cool. And also we have the brand new Hard to Kill podcast. That's hosted by, I can never get all their names right, man. Josh James, you want to help me out, Zach? I know that's fucking horrible.
Josh James, Neil, and Alex Edwards.
From No Fucking Way podcast, Marriable Children podcast, and what else?
And R-rated horror.
Well, okay. I thought one of them had a couple of shows. But yeah, R-rated horror commentary, of course. And they're kind of doing their stuff monthly. So go check that out and show us some support. Leave us feedback on these new shows too. Let us know what you think. Be brutally honest, man. If you love them, tell us you love them. If you fucking hate them, lampoon them. I don't know, whatever. Lampoon us. I don't care. But that's all we got. Check out all our other shows and follow us on social media, and you'll stay on the up and up whenever we go live, because we do have a Twitch channel as well, and we do live commentaries every now and again, and we do the live retro rampages. Most recently, we did the Resident Evil 2 remake. That's all I got. I'm going to shut up now. Thank you guys. We've been Revival House. You guys have been great. Bye-bye, puppets.
End of the week at the Revival House. Next month's theme, you gotta figure it out. Italian zombies or Pauly Shore, a slasher with a knife and the girl next door, and 1 second in, get it all queued up and ready, hit play in 3, 2, 1. Bye bye puppets, Zach Pete and a solo cut band. Couldn't miss Cameron's love and Josh and Scott failed and Riverman's babe. Bye bye puppets. Sounds good, like this country used to.
I'm gonna go fucking blow a fat ass nut in my own face.
That's a good ending.